Whew. Oh, da, 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 da. How's it going, everyone? Let me just put a few of these things down because we got a lot of stuff. There is a sequence that we are going to do this in. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Oy, 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 oy. We haven't done a haul on the channel in a little while, but hey, we have a few things saved up. So first off, we gotta talk about some Pokemon related things because I have been going to a lot more trade shows and actually looking things up, buying things that way. Picked up 3 new PSA slabs, all very, very nice and kind of nostalgic, I guess. First one up being my boy Enno in a PSA 10. Very, very beautiful card. Now, this is the Japanese version, the SP, so special illustration, alt art, whatever you want to call it, and it's from OPO 5. So very cool. I really like it just because of the texture on the background of Enno. And there's a few more cards that actually have this as well. And I will be collecting these and trying to put them right next to different statues and resins and whatnot. So keep an eye out for this. I think this is a really cool touch. I think I only picked them up for like 90 bucks. So very affordable in comparison to the English version. Seeing as I don't play the game and you can't play the game with it like this anyways. So very cool. Number 2, at the exact same show, I also picked up a Meganium in a 10. Now this is an old vintage card because it's a old back. This is from the year 2000, so very, very old indeed. And it's the premium file edition one. So it's the one where it's like a promo essentially, and there's 2 other ones I want to collect. The seller that actually was there had the Feraligatr and Typhlosion, but I decided not to pick them up because this was the only 10. The other 2 were 9 and 8s, and it's a little bit of a shame because I think he submitted them all together and wanted to get them in a sequential sequence. So that kind of failed on his part, but I ended up picking this one up. Again, I think this was around 100 bucks, so not terrible. And the most recent Pokemon pickup is another old back. Now this is another year 2000 one from Japanese Neo again, and it is the very first, I guess technically it's the very first time that this Pokemon came into the card game. It is a PSA 10 Suicune Harlow. I absolutely love the legendary beasts, the dogs, whatever you want to call them, and I'm trying to complete this display set. So I may or may not have Raikou on the way, and I still need Entei, but I have a vision with this. I do want to collect certain cards, old cards in Japanese and in a PSA 10, and we're gonna display them. I'm gonna try to put them on the wall and put them behind like UV protected acrylic and whatnot. So we're gonna make sure these cards last, but this may be my most, currently the most valuable card in my collection. But enough with cards, let's get on to some figure related stuff. So this one here came just today. This one is from Nin Game, and they've actually reached out and asked me to tell you guys that if you guys ever buy anything from them, at least currently in the current landscape, don't worry about tariffs or anything because they're allowing you to hold packages with them. So you can hold it with them and keep it there until things kind of figure themselves out, or until you just want them shipped out to you. This one wasn't affected by it because this was via service parcel and took a very long time. So this is all before that. But even then again, I'm Canadian, so it doesn't really affect me too much. And if anyone is wondering on the declaration thing that they have here, now we mentioned a few times about whether it be Japanese origin, Chinese origin, because that's mainly where they're made. Well, we have proof. Now I'm gonna have to blur my information, but I will show you guys. It clearly states that the country of origin is from Japan. I think most companies are gonna try to do that. And if your border agent just gets really, really handsy, opens it up, that's the only time you're really gonna get charged the Chinese upcharge. Otherwise, it's the Japanese one, which isn't terrible, if we're being honest. So I guess shop with confidence, put stuff there if you're worried. Don't have to worry too much. I think they do have a pretty big private warehouse, which is where I believe they're going to be putting them. It's good to see that, you know, we're all kind of working together to try to make this, make the best out of a bad situation. All right, so I bought 2 things. This is a squishy thing, and this is a box. So we got 2 things in here. I don't think anything else. I'm gonna put you off to the side for now. We'll start with this guy over here. A little bit of backstory, a little bit of lore. My girlfriend is a huge fan of certain Pokemon, and this Pokemon in particular because it's super derpy. Her favorite Pokemon overall is technically the Timburr / Conkeldurr line, which is, you know, to each their own. It's very, very derp. But this one is her favorite. Can you guys guess what this is? It's a Ditto. This is super cute. I don't remember where, like, how much this was anymore. Funny enough, this actually says it's made in Vietnam. Yeah, little Vietnamese Ditto is coming home. I was originally planning to like help her upgrade her setup or like give it a bit of a refresh with some Pokemon Ditto vibes and themes. But then she went and told me about the whole Timburr thing, and then I picked up a few of those cards. By the way, the new Pokemon set, Black and White, whatever they're calling it, there's a few more cards that we gotta collect there too. So very cool, very, very cool. I'm gonna put Ditto right here. Don't fall. Yeah. As for this package, now I've waited for this one for a very, very long time. I think it's kind of on me for using Surface Parcel so much, but hey, you gotta save money wherever you can in this hobby. And even though I'm not affected by the tariff situation, shipping isn't the greatest. Funny story with this Nin package, I guess the Canada Post lady, she went and called me. Now that I live in an apartment, I gotta let people in and do all that. So I let her in to the apartment building, and she said, hey, can you come grab it from downstairs? I was cooking food at the time. I was like, I really don't want to leave all this running and whatnot, so can you come up? Didn't really hear what she said. She kind of mumbled and hung up. So I was like, oh, I don't know if she's actually gonna come up. A few minutes later, nothing happened. I go down to the lobby to wait for her. She's not there. There's a DHL guy in the very front though, and he's like, are you Andy? I'm like, who the hell's Andy? Andy's not me. So I was like, okay, I guess she just left. Come back to the apartment and she's just chilling out there. Super nice Canada Post lady, girl, whatever you want to call her. Very, very grateful that she waited for me and didn't come back down, I guess. Like playing tag that way is not great. Very glad we actually got this stuff in. Now this one is a very special figure because it's technically an anniversary figure. It's the 20th anniversary re-release version of the DX Corona Zoro. Or the 10th limited version, whatever. The naming convention for all this is absolutely all over the place. But this one is essentially what I would say is playback memories before they decided to do playback memories. Because this is a pre-time skip. It's gonna match very well with my Law, the Soge King, the Robin, the Bon Clay, all of them, even the Nami. Like, there's a few other ones that we're missing for this line. Like, we don't have a Luffy. We don't have a Frankie. We definitely need an updated Brook at some point because there's like no Brooks. There's a few of those that we definitely need. And maybe even a new Chopper. We haven't had a Chopper in a little while, so love to see another Chopper. Ooh, Sanji, forgot about Sanji. By the way, Sanji hate, it's kind of all over the place. There's a whole like campaign going on right now on like Twitter and stuff. I don't really get mixed up with all that, but hey, to each their own, I guess. Now this Zoro here actually kind of goes back to the old school days with multiple pieces that you can actually put on. So we have multiple heads, which is nice. I think, let me see. No bandana Zoro, no bandana Zoro, no bandana Zoro, no bandana. I have a few of these, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll do the bandana version for him because his face otherwise is a little creepy, if we're being honest. There we go. Ooh. Zoro with all your pre-time skip swords, very nice. Good paintwork as usual from Portrait of Pirates, Mega House. Ooh, here we go. 10th limited version Ronoa Zoro. Honestly, it's just a playback memories at this point. Might as well just save that. Put him here for now. Now you can actually put since you can switch out the head, you can also, that's a really creepy looking head. I mean, it looks worse in the photos. I don't know. I don't know which one to put on yet. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But you can actually switch out the head and also you get the bandana for the armband type thing. You can pick and choose whichever one you like. And we like options, so that's good. Let me see, which sword goes where? This one goes in. I believe this one goes in here. Just slide it through, maybe not. Oh, cripe. Don't do that. Oh! It fell. Oh no, come back. Please come back. So I've been thinking, I might start changing up this room and display setup a little bit. It's not gonna be what you think. There's gonna be some major changes there. I think it's gonna be for the better though, because honestly speaking, now that I live with my girlfriend, she has input for what we do and how we display things, obviously. And, well, she may or may not want the living room back. I swear, I'm gonna break something. I feel like every single time I put a figure together, no matter how simple it is, I feel like I might actually just break it. This figure has released before. It's not crazy in terms of the design or anything, but if we're being honest, it's one of the most faithful recreations of Zodal I have seen. Look at that. Proud, strong, has muscles. Yeah, interesting. Very, very cool. I am digging this. I would love to see more of these come out. Most likely they will be coming out in playback memory form. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in a box today. Not all of it is figures, by the way, so hope you're ready for all that. Cat's out of the bag. So we might as well talk about these. As you guys know, we worked with this company called Gaahleri before for some of their airbrushing products. They've actually gone and sent out a few more for us to take a look at. I will be going more in depth for all these as well because we have a few builds we're doing. So we are definitely getting into the painting and model building sphere a bit more. But this is their metallic set of markers. Ooh, water-based acrylic ink markers. There's 10 of these in this pack. And yeah, you would just use these to kind of like pretty up your model kit. If it has mechanical pieces, we got some golds, some darker golds, some bronzes, whatever you want really. But these are cool. We got 2 of these. These are eraser markers. So I guess it's exactly how it sounds. If you mess up, you can use this to kind of remove some pieces. And they gave us 2 sets. So I got 4 of these in total, technically. Don't use, what the? Not for use by children. Sometimes I swear I'm dyslexic. Not for use for children under 3 years old. But yeah, you use this, kind of remove the parts that don't look so nice. And the last thing is this guy here. We're definitely gonna have to use this because, well, I don't live very close to my buddy Arthur anymore, the paint wizard. So this is gonna be key. Since we're gonna be doing more painting, I'm gonna have to need a little airbrush and spray booth setup. And that's the first part right here. Now this is their airbrush and compressor kit. Very cool, very small. And this is, they call it the Serene Air GTS 06. New game start. Now, the cool thing about this is it doesn't take up very much space. Like, I know everyone has that, like the Harbor Freight looking airbrush compressor thing, really, really big tank, but these are pretty smart, very small and tiny. Got some nice manual pieces there. Got the power adapter, got the airbrush inside here. I believe it's one of their more entry-level airbrushes, but we got that. Pretty big cup to kind of go along with it, so that's nice. And it's a 0.38. So since I have the smaller version, or the smaller needle one as well, I believe this one's primarily gonna be used for like priming or base coats, stuff that doesn't require super, super precision. Very glad that they have this. Would love to test this one out in a little bit. And the star of the show. This guy here. It's a mini air compressor. It's supposed to be very quiet, very silent. And just look how tiny it is, right? Like, it's small. Look how small it is. All you'd have to do to kind of do changes to the PSI or the pressure here, just push the buttons every now and then, and there you go. It's really nice seeing how technology for this side of the hobby has actually changed so much in the last like 10, 15 years. Because my old one was very, very old and ugly and clunky, but look at that, very, very small. And I believe this also has some little hooks you can put on for your airbrush. So you can just put it in there when you're not using it. Very small, very portable. I like the look of this, but we will definitely take a more in-depth look in the future. I'm gonna give you guys I think we're gonna put out a community post. I'll let you guys choose which model kit you want me to build, and we're gonna try all this stuff out. Thanks again for Gaahleri for sending this out. I'll leave links in the description where you can grab one of these. Does it come with a cable? Oh, also comes with a hose. You're gonna need one of these. Since I have 2 airbrushes, I might need to buy a second hose, but hey, nice and braided. Glad they put this in the package. Very good as like a starter set. Ooh, a suction cup's the bomb too. So I guess it doesn't move. Ooh, I'm digging this. I'm just gonna put you here for now. There we go. And we will continue because I got more stuff. I got even more stuff. Alrighty, next package here. It's kind of like some supplies. Now this one's from Masume Studio. I believe these guys are based in Quebec, Canada. And the reason why I bought from a store that is so out east and not where I live is because this stuff that we're buying here is so hard to find and technically rare because the company does things in batches that I had to source this elsewhere. So it's two things, very small things. We got Mr. Leveler Thinner 400. More painting supplies. You're gonna need these. I was told that this will react really, really well with the paint that we're gonna use. That's right here. Now this one's from Argama Hobby. I think it's the first time I've ever bought from them, but I've seen them around. They're a Canadian brand. I believe they're in Ontario as well. I kind of bought a lot of stuff because we needed a lot to make some of these kits. There's so many supplies. We're going all in on this, by the way. With how everything is going with figure collecting, I think it'd be cool to just sort of enhance the current figure you have. So the last model kit that we actually ended up doing, the MG SD Freedom, we used top coat just like this because it was clogging the airbrush and making a ton of issues. So I loaded up on these. These are the premium top coat from Mr. Hobby. So we got 4 of those. Hopefully that will last. We also got some panel line accent color. We got dark gray and black. Also got this giant pack of these skewers with the alligator clips. Very, very useful for when you're painting. We're definitely gonna need some more of those eventually. And as for paint, the brand that I chose to go with, because everyone is very, very selective when it comes to their paint, I went with Gaia color. Now, this is the color that a lot, like the brand that a lot of people use in Japan. This and Mr. Hobby, I believe, are some of the most popular. Of course, there is Tamiya, but we went with this instead because this is lacquer paint technically. Got a nice scarlet orange, very, very nice. Few more paints in here. Another lighter shade. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was red. I might need to actually get a red now that I think about it, because some of the kits we're making are, yeah. Pretty sure I messed up on the color here. We're gonna have to get more. We got black, blue. You kind of have an idea of what we're making. Cute little box. Very excited to start this hobby here. Also got some of this. This is technically like surface repaint. This brand has done it in a way where they've kind of mixed it in with actual colors. So a lot of people just use this as their base coat and also their primer coat. Got the dark black or dark gray, silver, light gray. And we got 1 for white, 2 for the white. And we also got a pink. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to go and buy a red. So this actually works. Yeah, little mess up, but I guess you live and you learn. Don't trust the pictures on the website and read the description. You can't paint without what I'm gonna show you next. Now, originally I was actually had a skit planned out for this. I was gonna wear this and come out and yeah, I don't think any of you guys would understand. But we gotta get one of these. Oh, it's already opened. Should I be worried? We got one of these. We got a 3M mask. Oh. Why does it look like that? Okay. Is this open? Hopefully it's not open. Don't want to be breathing in other people's stuff. So I guess we got extra filters because we need those. And we got this mask. That is hopefully brand new. So it just goes on like this. You really adopted the dog. I was born in it. Okay, but yeah, this is pretty cool. We're gonna be using this. I'm probably gonna have to air things out. As for where we're putting this entire like setup when it comes to painting, I think we're gonna put it outside, and that kind of leads into what I'm gonna say next. I am technically downsizing a bit of the collection, some of the bigger stuff, and the computer desk is gonna move in here. So for streaming and whatnot, we're gonna be streaming inside the room. We're gonna be putting some more sound treatment up in here as well, because I've noticed the echo is terrible. And for any of the hobby related stuff, it's gonna be outside in the living room. Seeing as our apartment doesn't have central AC, I have to put a portable AC in here, And if it's between melting in the summer or having an exhaust for my paint fumes, I would choose to have the AC in here instead. But outside we have an area where we can put AC and the exhaust hose for all of this. So that is the plan. Got some more stuff from Alibaba as well. A lot of people here, online at least, say that I should, oh, is that my address? You saw nothing, don't dox me. A lot of people say that you should probably use these to pre-mix your paint and have them in bottles. Because having it like this stuff still needs to be thinned with the thinner and everything, but you can put them into these custom squeeze bottles. Now I also went with the ones that have the milliliters off to the side, so you can kind of properly gauge and get everything out for the ratios properly, and you can just store it like this. So I got a whole bunch of those. The ads online for this were a little bit confusing, but it looks like we got more. I think these are the same size, right? Those are the same size. And for the heavy duty stuff, we got some big boys. So we're gonna be using these primarily for any of these paints, and the smaller stuff we're gonna be using these. I will still need to get the red though. Again, a little bit of an oopsie whoopsie on my part. It is what it is. And before I let you go, we have one more thing that just came in. Has a lot to do with the fact that I said downsizing. Look what we brought in here. If you guys can read, it says Portrait of Pirates Maximum, WA Maximum. We had this in the collection before. We ended up selling this. Yeah, we actually ended up selling it. We got a Jimmy Palace statue of it instead. And well, it was just getting to the point where as much as I loved my statues off to the side, they were taking up so much space. If I had a house to live in, or like a full basement that we were rocking, then I could justify keeping it here. But in order to keep my girlfriend happy, also to have more space for activities, I decided to let that go. But it didn't mean that we didn't get a replacement unit for it though. Now this one is from UB's, local store here that my buddy owns, so shout out to Aaron there. But this is super well packaged. Oh my goodness. How am I gonna get this out? Honestly, I don't remember it being so heavy. Oh, what the it's a box within a huh? Okay, last time I got this, it was just one box. But now it looks like there's more than one box. Okay. Table's a little messy. I can't really show it off on there. Oh, my boy. My boy's back. Oh, Kaido-chan. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Little wiggle, shake. Ah, Kaido-chan. They redid the box a little bit. Okay, so this looks the same like before. Still opens from the top. The top looks different, I think. This actually looks very much different. Luckily for me, when I was downsizing the resin side, the same person actually ended up being very, very helpful and helped me buy all of my Yonko. So we actually sent him the Whitebeard, we just sent off the Kaido, Big Mom's right there, and they may also be picking up the Boa. But that means we can get these guys. Now, I'm not gonna open this right now because it's basically the same as the last time. Not a whole lot has changed apparently, but I will leave that linked. You can go and watch me review that one from way back when. The price has gone up, so it kind of matches the thumbnail and everything a little bit better now too, but hey, I'm just glad he's back. Now I gotta go hunt down a Big Mom, and I also technically pre-ordered the Whitebeard. I don't know if they're actually gonna make a Shanks, because the Shanks they have displayed here is the Playback Memories one, but it's not sold out everywhere, so I'm not in a huge rush to pick that one up. I will see and wait if they will actually make a maximum of him, maybe doing some hockey or whatnot. Very happy that this came in. Oh, I'll put you back in the box for now. But yeah, that is essentially it. Bit of a channel update telling you guys what exactly is going on. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to help the channel grow, because we do have a goal for the end of the year of hitting 25,000 subscribers somehow, give it a like, watch it all the way through, share it to some of your friends even. And yeah, comment. Interact with this as much as you can. Help me out. We're gonna try to hit the 25K goal and go from there. But my name is Derek. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Peace. And wanted to give an extra special shout out to all of our channel members. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support me through this as well. Extra special shout out to HyperJJ for being our one and only Pirate King. And if anyone else wants to join this, I'll leave it linked in the description, and you'll be able to get videos like this a little bit earlier, get emojis, loyalty badges, and of course, my love. So thank you again.